Okay, especially. Okay, so we've just been training jiu-jitsu, and we had an idea about maybe just throwing a couple more different subjects, like taking a podcast and making it a subject matter rather than, I guess all the others have been specific to the person sitting on the opposite side of the couch, telling me how they, train, what they want to do, bloody, bloody, blah, their story. So me and Charlie come up with a concept of just sort of taking a subject, chewing the fat about it, telling you like our experiences with it, and just running with it, right?
See how you feel.
So we were just chatting earlier. A good subject to start off with, I guess, would be weight cutting.
Weight cutting, the worst part of the sport.
Well, who said it? You told me this. Someone said you get paid to make weight.
Yes.
The fight's for free.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you remember who said that? I remember who said that.
No. Who was it who said that? One of the fighters. Someone famous, I suppose.
I want to know. I want to say.
For some reason, I think Rogan must have
accentuated
it, but I don't know.
Maynard, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe someone will comment.
We all got into the
on
sport
the said YouTube
and didn't make any money out of it, did we? Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're there for the money.
The first weight cut, we didn't get paid much.
No.
I mean, for me at least, my first few fights, I never weight cutted.
No, you was right,
even to the point where when I fought in the UFC, I never weight cut. I mean, I woke up. I think the weigh-in back then was 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I woke up, I had some eggs, had some breakfast.
That'd be
breakfast.
Nice. That'd be nice, yeah.
And then just...
Thing is, though, back then there weren't so many weight classes either, were there?
I was fighting a lightweight.
Yeah, exactly. And you fought a welterweight.
So I started out fighting a welterweight. Yeah. Because, okay, so you want to fight? Okay. What's your weight? Okay. I'm 74 kilo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a welterweight.
There you go.
Right? Because that's what you are.
Which is
you're a welterweight. Okay, cool. Right, let's go fight welterweight.
Yeah,
so that's what I did.
Yeah.
And because the bracket is like 77, like 70 kilo to 77, right? Or 77 or 70 point whatever.
Yeah.
To 77. Okay, well I'm 74. I'm a welterweight.
You're right in the middle. Nice welterweight.
Right? I got pictures of me weighing in, fully clothed.
Yeah.
Hat on, t-shirt, shorts, and I think even with my lunch in my hand.
Yeah,
right?
With a sandwich in your hand.
And there was I remember one fight I had, and the guy was pretty big, and I'm like, oh, he looks pretty big guy. I'm going to try to put some weight on for this fight.
Yeah.
And no matter how hard I tried to put like, extra like meals in and stuff, and I would do all that, but I think one time I thought I was weighing in around 76.
Yeah.
But then weighing day, same thing, 74 kilo.
Yeah.
Like, what? And I think it's down to my ear because my ear blew up, yeah.
So you had a little bit of extra weight.
I had to get my ear drained.
Yeah.
And I think where I didn't have it, where it was full up, but then again, I don't know, it was full up of blood.
Yeah.
And maybe that weighed a couple of kilos, I don't know. Because as soon as they drained that and then I weighed in the next day.
What's weird, I remember.
It was same weight.
I remember before I started training, I was at the gym, working at the gym, and talking to a personal trainer. And about how much we love the sport and looking at it and looking at the weight classes and think to myself, okay, so would I fight as a light heavyweight or put some size on and just not bother and be a heavyweight?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was walking around at pretty much a light heavyweight. Do you know what I mean? 93 kilos or something. I'm thinking, or should I put some size on and go in at heavyweight?
Yeah,
and then, before I'd even like step foot in the gym or anything like started training, and now I fight at lightweight, which is crazy, really.
Yeah, because I don't really remember. I remember sitting there like fight week in California.
Yeah.
And I remember I was on the bike, just having a workout, keeping loose, keeping the sweat on. And I remember sitting on the bike. I think would have been if the weigh-in was Friday, it was Thursday night.
Yeah.
At the Marriott in Anaheim, and I remember like Melvin Gillard riding the bike next to me.
Yeah.
Oh, hey dude, how are you? I'm like, yeah, cool man. He goes, how much you got to go? And I'm like, I'm nothing. I'm just sitting here having a workout, Like I said, oh, like a couple of pounds. He's like, oh shit. And he had like, I think he said he had like 15
crazy amount.
15, 16 pounds to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, how did I do this? And I remember, like I said, I got up, I had breakfast, I was in the sauna.
Yeah.
And I remember the sauna was really, it's a normal size kind of sauna, but it had a really little window. And Rich Franklin's head
Covered the
he
window.
had a big head. Well, he's got a big head.
Yeah.
Fit. And everyone was too scared to get out.
Yeah.
Because his boy George Gajel was fighting. So
Yeah.
you ain't getting out yet. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I think
no one
maybe
wants
that's
to
why I
get
cut a
out.
little bit more. But yeah, literally just go sweat off. Just go sit in the sauna and sweat
Yeah,
off like a couple of
Pound or
pounds. It was
something,
like minimal.
Yeah. No,
Minimal. Like when I think about it now, it's like
Yeah.
pathetic.
That's ridiculous,
You know?
isn't it? Yeah. To think.
And even when I fought again, same thing. I fought lightweight again. Every time I fought lightweight, it was a diet.
Yeah. You
I
diet
just
down to
cleaned
that.
up. I mean, I lived pretty clean then.
Yeah.
I just cleaned up, restricted a little bit of what I was eating and when I was eating, and then that was it. And then it wasn't until I come out of that thinking, man, these guys are too big,
Yeah.
right? So I got to maybe drop
Yeah.
to featherweight.
Yeah.
And then it was, right, how do we do this?
That's
Right.
when it started.
Well, then, yeah, I was still walking around 74.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do I get down? So, you do research. Found a few different things on how to do it, dieting down. And I say a few, maybe 2 different things.
Yeah.
So diet
Yeah.
and just sitting in the sauna.
Then the sauna. Yeah.
Was it?
Sweatsuits.
Sweatsuit, sit in
You know
the
what?
sauna.
Even when I first started, I think
dehydrate.
it was like black bags. Got to a point where it was okay. Yeah, you put a black bag on under your thing.
Well, the thing is, we use the black bag
Yeah.
because you'd buy a sweatsuit,
And
even
then
if
it
you
just-
bought a cheap one for a $5,
Yeah.
you want to train in it.
Yeah. And it just
And
goes.
it ripped.
They were terrible back then. I remember sitting in a sauna with a brand new sweatsuit on, sat in there, and the heat just
Melted
popped the seams on it.
Stitching and
And it's
stuff.
like, oh man, it's another tenner down the drain.
I think I see him now. You can buy him now, right? Like
Yeah.
the wetsuit neoprene
Yeah.
sweatsuit. I originally,
Yes.
I say,
Yeah,
it wasn't my idea, but I
you actually
used to
wore the
wear
real wetsuit.
full-on wetsuit.
Yeah.
'Cause
Because
it was-
I've got one of the newer weight cut ones, isn't I?
Yeah, but I used to want to grapple when I'm
Yes,
training,
yeah.
right? And wearing a sweatsuit was one, uncomfortable,
Yeah,
two,
Yeah.
slippery as hell when you're
Yeah.
on your back trying to work your guard,
Yeah.
and it would just rip.
Yeah. All day
And then when
long.
you start getting good sponsors, like I had a couple of good sponsors. I had FBT
Yeah, they've done a decent one.
sweatsuit, which
Yeah.
was really good,
Yeah.
and the Fairtex one,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
But I don't want to rip that up.
No, you don't want to.
I don't want to rip that up. That's a good item.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can hit the
pads.
the £10 ones and stuff. You can't even hit pads in. You rip them hitting pads and all that. You can literally maybe run
Rip
on
the arm out.
It rips. So the ones like you say, the FBT one or whatever it was, Fairtex one was decent. Swelter suit I bought. I was quite lucky. Got a couple for Christmas or birthday one year, and I got a couple of them, and they've lasted me a long time. They're starting to rip now, but that's been a long time I've been using them. They were decent. They was more like a tracksuit with a sweatsuit sort of material on the inside, but they've lasted a long time.
So I'm trying to think, like, because obviously we chat a little bit about weight cutting and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we might as well try and give the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the story's all well and good and it's all nice,
Yeah.
but might as well try and put some information out there of kind of what we do now, what we've done then.
Yeah.
Because I think as well, what I would like to get across in this is for some of our guys that are fighting now, in our own team, to know the research and development that went
into it.
I say research and development, I mean the sheer hell that we went through to get to the point where right, how much weight do you need to lose? Okay, no problem.
No, I know where we're going with that. Yeah.
Because especially now, a lot of the guys seeing like guys get their, they have a chef come around, cook all their food and all this kind of thing. I mean, me personally, that's all well and good, but I think at a low, like a start out level, you should understand, how to cook some food.
You know what? There was a big
you
difference that happened with the weight cuts when you started explaining to me about like certain foods and what. No. If you eat like asparagus or whatever it is, try and eat your chicken with asparagus and stuff to. Because it's like a diuretic or whatever.
Try and flush it.
Flush your system.
Okay, so
vitamin C and all this sort of thing.
Because when you started fighting as a amateur, you was a welterweight. Did you fight welterweight or lightweight?
Amateur was My first ever amateur like grappling tournament was I went in at middleweight, I think.
Middle, yeah.
Then it was the Combat League or whatever it was called. I was welterweight. Then back then I went semi-pro and they were lightweight. I had 2 fights at lightweight, semi-pro.
Oh, okay.
But
so you went straight in at lightweight?
Yeah, but there's.
But you came in heavy, then you lost a bit.
I lost weight. I lost weight.
There's some pictures on the wall. You're kind of really skinny.
You know what? There's picture.
So you put some size on now.
Yeah, if you see, you can't see it on the camera.
I don't know whether you're skinny or you just don't have any tattoos.
Yeah, this is me weighing in at welterweight, second pro
Bama.
welterweight. Yeah, Bama. But then that's me weighing in at lightweight, and I look a lot bigger in that picture than I do weighing in at welterweight.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we experiment.
Yeah.
So we would, and then we started sticking some strength and conditioning and stuff like that.
That was a big
I mean,
difference,
lucky for you guys, the coach, me, had a little bit of knowledge in these areas. And I had a lot, and I still have a lot of people to call upon for additional. If I don't know, then
help out.
We can find out.
Yeah.
And I got the same sort of thing with the whole sort of martial art thing. We really try and pull as many different like research and concepts and ways of doing things.
The good thing, I think,
really experiment with
it might have even been you that said this to me as well, but it was almost like learn from others' mistakes.
Yes.
Because it makes a big difference.
That's one of my that's one of my that's in my philosophy book that will be coming out on, no, it's not, that's a joke. That's one of my biggest. I always try and I've been lucky enough to be like in many different situations in my life, like that's been a big I see a lot of people older than me making this, and I'm like, whoa, I don't want to do that.
No.
So I'm going to learn from your mistake and not, if I see someone step off a curb, I'm going to look for another way down. But when I was cutting weight and stuff like this, it was like try, and then I got, how do I make this one a little easier? Because always you got to improve.
Yeah.
So I would always, we have a few different ways, right? So we have, first and foremost, obviously it all depends on when the fight gets taken and how many weeks out that would be. And first and foremost is make the diet clean.
Yes, clean.
As clean as you can. So what I always advocate, what I personally did, I mean, I was eating like mostly organic food back then. Minimal processed food, minimal like cooking and packaging. Try and keep it as good as I can. Variety of color on my plate, and try to eat as much as I can. And one of the biggest thing is with the diet, it's not I'm gonna do this, you do that. You do the exact same as I'm doing, because you have a different schedule for one. You have a different body for one. So what I always advocated is like when I used to, I learned a lot of my strength and conditioning and nutrition and all this stuff. One of the places I would try to learn from was the Czech Institute. Which is still like in my eyes, one of the top sources of information you can find out there. So I always try to advocate like a metabolic typing approach to dieting, or not dieting but nutrition. Finding out what kind of oxidization you have, what kind of response you have to food, and first and foremost making you aware of the response. Because a lot of people go, well, when you eat fish, how does that make you feel? You're like, full up? I don't know. I don't really like fish. But you know what I mean? So just getting people to like run a few questions in their mind, and run a few questions and finding out how they respond to food and what food they gravitate to. This is a big thing. You don't want your diet to be strict on you have to eat this and this if you don't like any of that stuff, because you ain't going to stick to it. You're not going to do it. And I think weight cutting and losing weight is two different things. Because a lot of people go to me, oh, how do you do it? How do you drop so much weight so quick and blah, blah, blah. And if I was to diet down to where I feel comfortable and healthy,
is one thing, and I'd get down to 77, whatever, welterweight, and that would be a good fight weight. I can diet down to that. Do you know what I mean? If I had a long time, okay, I'd diet down, perfect. But I'd then go in and fight, and I'd still be 77. So it's depleting your body as much as you possibly can to then be able to put it all back on again.
Yeah, because a lot of people go,
by the next day.
You lose like 5-10 kilo. Yeah, but I put it back on.
Yeah.
In about 6, 7, 8, maybe 25 hours.
Yeah,
it's back on.
It's back on, plus more. Do you know what I mean?
So
the last few weeks, you're not walking around 10 kilos heavy or whatever, really.
No.
Maybe.
Sometimes.
But if you can get that off, and what I found was I'm still cutting probably the same amount of water in the last sort of week or so. It's got a little bit more difficult,
when you
but
say,
I'm
when
bigger
you say
and stronger
cutting
now.
water, so for someone who doesn't know what you mean by you say cutting water, does that mean you don't drink any water that week, or what does that mean when you say cutting water?
For that week, I actually start dropping my water intake down, where the week before and leading up to a fight and 8 weeks out, whatever, I'm drinking as much water as I possibly can. Just drink a lot of water, flush my body, so I'm really hydrated, I'm sweating a lot. And then the last week, that's when I start to cut my water. So I'll drop from, say, 2.5 litres down to like 2 litres, down to 1 litre in the day after training. So I'm sweating a lot and I'm not putting it back in again. So my weight's coming down.
See, because what I would do, remember when I fought,
you used to water load.
I water load.
Yeah.
It's only like, because for me, I've never cut weight.
Yeah.
In the first time, I say I've never cut. In my first few fights, I didn't cut weight.
Yeah.
Then, when I did start to cut weight, it would be like minimal. Like literally, I just live how I live in, and then the day before the fight, I cut 2 pounds, a pound, whatever, minimal. Yeah. When I think I made 73, I think I got there. I was a little bit over. I went to the toilet, had a wee, come back on.
You're on weight,
right? That's how I cut weight.
Yeah.
And then when I started, I remember the first time I made 66 kilo or welterweight. Man, I remember sitting in a sauna in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I had this sweatsuit on because we used to sit in a sauna like it was the middle of winter.
Sweatsuit,
and I was outside waiting for a bus in the middle of winter.
Lot, yeah.
Sweatsuit, tracksuit, hat.
Yeah.
And the amount of, we should do a podcast in the sauna.
Yeah, and show
the
you
amount
what it's like.
Conversation we had with people trying to figure out what the hell we were doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember sitting in a sauna in Liverpool. So I've been training, like no water cut. Like, so how much do I weigh now? Right, I need to lose this much. Mm-hmm. I remember my friend sitting outside the sauna, had loads of windows in the sauna. He reading the paper.
Yeah.
He never trained. He just pulled.
Just come along with you when he
drove me up there. The day off, right? I'm sitting there and I literally have these sauna suit or sweatsuit trousers on that were too big. Yeah. So I had like a MC Hammer.
Yeah. Puddle forming.
And I had like a protein shaker.
Yeah.
Cup. And I remember I was so desperate. I would fill the cup up with water.
Yeah.
I would douse it over my head, catch it in the trouser because they had a little bucket, trough, trouser trough.
Yeah.
Scoop it up, just to get me through sitting in the sauna.
Yeah.
Because it was hell.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Was hell.
Terrible.
Right? And I made weight. So I'm saying, I've had fights where I didn't cut any weight. I've had fights where I cut weight. I've experimented many times with different ways of doing it. I've missed weight once, and so if I can advocate to help anyone not miss weight, don't change what you're going to do the week before. Yeah. You never, don't do that, do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that
the only time you ever missed was because you hadn't tried it. You went, oh, okay.
I tried a different water load.
Yes. Yeah. See, I can't water load.
So you don't water load, and I did.
Because I've tried it. And for me, like it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked. It was okay. But mentally, it was hard because when you start water loading, your weight goes up.
Up.
So
for people that don't know what water loading is, what I would do to water load is, obviously when you're training, you're sweating and stuff. So your average training when you're clean eating, drinking a good amount, right amounts of water, I would average probably lose maybe 1.5 to 2.5 kilos.
Yeah. Depending how hot you can get your gym
per session, right? But obviously, then I rehydrate afterwards. It goes back in, So, but the week before, so if I'm weighing in on Friday, Sunday, I'm putting in 5 to 7 liters of water in my body. Monday, I'm doing the same.
Yeah.
5 to 7. Then Tuesday, I would drop it to I think 4, 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I say 3 to 4 or 5 to 7 is because, man, sometimes getting that 5 liters in is like trying to force feed yourself, right? And then, so Tuesday would be 3 to 4, and then Wednesday would be half of that again, so it'd be like 1.5, maybe 2, depending on activity. And then the Thursday would be like 500
mils or whatever it was,
Stop drinking at 4.
Yeah.
Go weight cut in the evening. Like when I say weight cut, I mean like in the sauna or workout, sweat, get the rest off.
Yeah.
Then Friday weigh in. That's how I would do it. But again, you didn't want to do that. You didn't respond to that, did you, at all?
The thing was, the way I'd explain it is, a litre of water weighs a kilo, so 2.2 pounds or whatever it is. So when I'm coming into that week and I'm like, okay, I'm 77 kilos, whatever it is. Oh, great, I'm hydrated, I'm 77 kilos, and then all of a sudden I put 7 litres of water in my body. Okay, I'm weeing a lot and getting rid of it, but it still would put my weight up to all of a sudden I'm 82 kilos, and I go, oh my God. And so mentally for me, that was hard work seeing them numbers.
The concept of the water load would be this. You put a vast amount of water in your body, and then so your body just appreciates the hydration, but says, whoa, this is too much.
Too much, get rid of it.
And you just want to pee. And you stop putting the water in, and you hope that your body just keeps going,
get rid of it.
pee.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of concept behind it. And other little things, like one thing I can definitely, like, don't just listen to this like podcast or watch this video and then go, I know what to do. No. You have to research. You know, like
research it, try it.
Yeah, the
see
avid
how
old
your body
thing,
reacts to it.
Research, take what's useful, add what's essentially your, what you think. Research, and then adapt it as much as you can. But other little things for that weight cut week, we would, like you said, like eat asparagus, chicken asparagus. We would do, like, just to try and give the body some food, but also help flush the system. And then the other thing we did, like you said, overdose on vitamin C. So I would do 2 weeks out, 2 weeks out, every 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours,
like
1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And this, again, would just, your body would go, don't need this, out. So again, you're just trying to flush it out.
I prefer that to the asparagus. The asparagus does the same sort of thing, but it makes your wee stink, man. It's like horrendous. And I like these days, the vitamin C, you can get some decent flavours. So it adds a little bit to the water that you're putting in, constantly putting water into your body. It adds a little bit of flavour to the water, so it's not bad. I quite like the vitamin C thing.
And for me, I remember back in Slough when we used to train, and a friend of ours, I'm sure I see on Facebook that he's travelling around in a van with a dog. I think Steve Obi. So he's still training now. I think he's a brown belt now.
Yes, brown belt, I think. Brown belt.
So he would, because he was like a personal trainer, ripped
to shreds.
Yeah, ripped to shreds. He put some work in with his physique and stuff, and he would be the first one. I distinctively remember him giving me a sachet of this stuff called Sweet Sweat. It's really good for, like, if you're injured, and really helps circulation. It's all good. So try it. So I remember him giving me a sachet of it, or showing me a sachet. I'll look into this. This is sounds interesting. Yeah. Didn't really think much of it. I didn't really look at it because it just wasn't. I didn't know what it was. I looked for it, couldn't find it. Yeah. Okay, no problem. And then I remember getting and picking up a new sponsor, and they're telling me, oh, have a look on our website. Let us know what you want, like protein and bits and bobs. And I see the Sweet Sweat product, and I was like, oh, yeah, it was a stick.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Let me see if I can get that.
Yeah.
Let's research this. That's the stuff that Steve showed me. So we would get it, and it would revolutionise the way we cut weight, right?
It's such a massive thing. If you remember, you probably don't remember because you were so dehydrated and you probably don't remember. Do you remember the Bama? There you go. Bama 3 weigh-in, I think it was.
Bama for who fought me?
You.
Oh,
you were fighting at Birmingham. Where I drove you up to Birmingham.
Oh, wow. Wait, no. Listen. So what would happen? I'd be cutting weight. I'd be fighting. You just fresh off a night shift.
Come to the sauna.
Drove to the gym, picked me up.
No. I drove and met you at
the gym.
High Grove sauna.
Went in the sauna with you for a few hours. I left my car. I was at the sauna.
Yeah.
I'll go sort myself out.
Yeah.
In the sauna, cutting weight, in my sweatsuit, in my joggers.
Yeah.
Blah blah.
Yeah.
I think there's a picture of me laying on the floor somewhere.
Possibly,
like,
there was a few.
Man, never doing this way again. Never doing it this way again. And I remember because it was on the car.
Sinclair was
Sinclair.
Sinclair was
they
fine.
had it.
They had Abilene. Yeah.
Abilene.
Yeah.
So still a few people swear by Abilene.
Yeah,
Say it's better. But
man, I thought it was like toxic.
No. So what happened?
Remover
Abilene is it's like the reason what they tend to use it for is like a theatre makeup, because theatre makeup has to be thicker because of the lights. Right. They sweat, it can't it can't run.
Yeah.
So it's like a waterproof makeup. So what Abilene is a waterproof makeup remover.
Yes. Yeah.
How the hell anyone discovered that when you wear it or put it on,
that will make you sweat?
It makes you sweat. I don't know. Yeah. But I read, and I was a big advocate when I was fighting of organic living. So I read that once that Abilene was underneath plastic, as in your sauna suit, it become toxic, or it could become toxic. So I think we tried it 1 or 2 times. No, I think I got it because it was hard. And another reason that people would use it was half the price of Sweet Sweat.
Yeah.
Right? But I just like the fact that Sweet Sweat doesn't have anything too like dramatic in it. There's no like weird sounding chemicals in there, and smells a bit better than Abilene as well.
Yeah. The coconut one smells good.
The coconut one, yeah.
But then again, when you're cutting weight,
it smells like chips.
Oh, you just want to start eating it.
But I remember that. So we're in that weigh-in, weren't we? I needed to cut a bit more weight, and those guys had the Abilene. I'm in there in my sauna suit, and I know when you're looking at them, what's that they're putting on?
What the hell are they doing there?
And I remember that was horrendous. Thrown up in the
hotel room afterwards.
Hotel room, like.
Yeah. It wasn't
because
great.
as well as cutting weight, one of the biggest things is to
rehydrate
up. You can't just bang a load of water in and that's it.
Rehydrate properly. Yeah.
Got to make sure you a lot of people use IVs and stuff like this. I've never used an IV.
IVs are illegal now in UFC and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I've never used one. I just didn't get into the whole let's stick a needle in, and I didn't really fancy any of that.
No.
So we would always, even now, we would still use. So we go to the chemist or whatever, get like a dehydration like a supplement, like Diarrhea or like salts, minerals and stuff to put it. I pretty much most of the time use Diarrhea.
Yeah.
The one time I experimented with another brand,
it didn't go well.
Man, it come out faster and went in, didn't it? All up the wall. It was disgusting. I was trying to
get a towel.
Catch my sick with a towel, and then you come over with the bucket. That's a great idea, Charlie. That's a great idea.
You realise you still owe me a trip to Japan for that, man?
Yeah. Well, it maybe it'll come. I don't know, but yeah. So we've done it. Yeah. I think we've done it all, as in between us all. We've made weight, missed weight.
Yeah.
Had good weight cuts, had bad weight cuts.
Yeah.
I mean, the best weight cut I remember is when we were both going to fight on
MMC.
Who?
MMC
show. And we had our gym was good then. It was nice and hot.
Yeah.
So every session we would lose 3 kilo easy, no problem.
We were doing the weight cut routine as well then,
yes.
when it was
that's the other thing we found, wasn't it?
It wasn't just sit in the sauna.
So we would do the weight cut routine. So the weight cut it was called Cutting Weight
Yeah.
with a K.
Yeah.
It's probably still out there now. The guy had a whole range of clothes and different stuff he had. But his a rough idea of his workout would be a 10-minute run,
Get a sweat on.
then 10 minutes on the treadmill, 1 minute on, 1 minute off.
Yeah.
So you work for 1 minute, you rest. So you're trying to force the body to cool down by sweating, right? And then it'll be 10 simple
Lunge,
like
star
simple
jump,
exercises,
step up.
not crazy,
Yeah.
just star jump, lunge, shadow
Yeah,
box
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Nothing too taxing, something you could do for 1 minute easy. And then rest 1 minute.
Yeah.
And then after you've done those 10 exercises and rested 10 minutes, you do another 10-minute run. And then if you need it, you sit in a sauna. But most of the time, if we did that workout in our old gym,
in the Harrow gym,
it
come off.
It was off.
Yeah.
And we did it that time, didn't we? And then we weighed in. It was perfect. Yeah, great. Woke up Sunday morning and the show was cancelled. Oh, my God. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I think the biggest thing for us to really revolutionise our weight cut would have been the product Sweet Sweat. We're lucky enough that we're sponsored by them.
Yeah.
Sweet Sweat UK. But it just makes life so much easier. You don't have to put a sauna suit on in the sauna. No. You can look like a normal guy.
You can go in a pair of shorts, put that on and sweat like you're wearing your sweatsuit and your tracksuit bottoms and your hat and all that sort of thing.
For sure, yeah. That's one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things. Because I remember just not having a clue. Not having a clue what people were doing. And like people were secretive, they don't tell anyone. And
this is
research back then was a little bit harder to come by. You had to buy a book and stuff, or try and find some sort of article somewhere.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty much common knowledge. I mean, I haven't really experimented. I never responded too well with a hot bath. And maybe just where I lived at the time, the bath wouldn't get hot enough.
Possibly, yeah.
You know, but
tried the salt bath. Salt bath
for me, when I hit it,
I got a decent amount off on salt baths, and then all of a sudden I tried a couple and it wasn't.
What salt did you use?
Yeah, see, but
because I had Epsom salt bath before, and I just felt drained.
Yeah,
I didn't really take much
fluid out
of me, and I
still think it has to be hot. That's the trouble when you do the salt bath. I think you still have to have it hot, and then you don't know whether it's the salt or the hot bath that's really working.
Because I've had friends. Oh yeah, you do a salt bath and you do 10 kilos of table salt in the bath. And I'm like, oh man, this sounds like hard work. I'm 10 kilos.
Yeah, put 10 kilos in there. Yeah.
So I never gravitated towards a bath. I tried to use, I was lucky enough to have a hot tub.
Yeah.
And I would I would experiment with the hot tub. Come home, jump in the hot tub.
Yeah.
The hot tub. 40 degrees, 38, 40 degrees, it was hot.
Yeah.
And I'd keep the lid on my head.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of the humidity in there. And I maybe lose a kilo and a half, maybe, but I could never really tell. But
you know what, this is the worst thing that I find about being in a bath. You don't know that you're sweating. Your head, you go, oh no, I must be, my head's wet. But
if I just wipe my head.
You do this, or what, there's water there. So I find the last bit is the easiest way without the wake up routine is sitting in the sauna, because you know if you're sweating or not. If it's dripping off of you, you know you're sweating. So at least you can go, okay.
But again, we've had situations, right, where we've had fighters in the sauna,
and they ain't sweating no more.
And they're not sweating no more, man.
You know what? My last weight cut, I'd never. It was weird. I've been in the sauna when people have stopped sweating.
No, but that was in our sauna though.
Yes, no, and then.
So our sauna, we bought a sauna. And I did some research into saunas, and it would say that a more healthier sauna would be the infrared sauna. Yeah. It's just loads of different things. I mean, you can research it. You'll find out the difference, the argument on one to the other. Plus, they're cheaper and they're easier to run.
Yeah.
And you can just plug them in the wall. You don't have to have a stove going.
Worry about.
So I bought a sauna. Mm-hmm. And we've had some success with it, but you used it for the first time, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I was still sweating in that. It was normally, what happens is I'll get to around 1 pound, 2 pounds off and go to bed because I know I'll lose at least 1 pound in my sleep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Wake up in the morning, go, okay, yeah, sweet, I'm on weight. But I woke up that morning and was still a pound and a half over or something, I think it was. And I was like, oh man, okay, I'll go to the sauna and sweat it off. Which normally for me, I sweat quite easily. I sweat quite a lot.
You are a sweater.
I am a sweaty guy, yeah. And I got there and put the sweet sweat on and nothing. I'm bone dry. So I put the sauna suit on over the sweet sweat in the sauna, trying to shadow box and stuff, and it was still like, I don't know whether Reese come down. He's pouring sweat everywhere.
Did you have any water when you woke up, though?
No. This is the thing. When you're that far off, my mind's
you don't
going.
Want to do it.
If I'd maybe I put a pound of water in, like drink 200 mils, my body would go, oh no, I'm still getting water, and it might flush out easy. But when you're that close, do I put that little bit in to then go, no, I can't get it off? Because luckily I got it off. It come off. But man, for a while, my body wouldn't give it up. It just stops, and you don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, what did I do differently, or maybe I think personally I just put on a little bit too much size, as in like a little bit more muscle, a little bit bigger at the weight now. Do you know what I mean? It got to a point now where I go, okay, I'll draw back a little bit from the strength training and stuff like that, just to maintain, because with weight cuts, it started off when
you're getting older as well.
Yes, yeah. When it started off, it was, if I cut to lightweight, I'm going to be huge. I'll be massive compared to these guys. It gives me an advantage. Now I have to cut to lightweight to be on a level playing field with these guys. Do you know what I mean? Because now it has to be done.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
But then it got to where in Harrow there was a few where I had some real easy weight cuts. Like the MMC one was great. Then a few after that were real easy, man. I was like, oh, I'm making that weight easy. Yeah, no worries. We talked about possibly going. Yeah, let's think about going featherweight. Yeah, man, could you believe that? No way. But instead, I started up in thinking, okay, well, if that's coming off that easy, I could actually put on more sides, be bigger and stronger. So let me cut a little bit more, let me put some more sides on. And now it gets to the point where it's like, oh, now it's getting tough. You've got to get it perfect. With weight cuts, you can get it perfect and you are the biggest, strongest you've ever been and you feel great. You get it slightly wrong and you feel weak and horrendous and it's terrible.
I think it's like, shooting an arrow, innit? Yeah, I can shoot it, but sometimes if you just
tiny bit off, you miss
a hair off, it's going to miss by a mile over there.
Over there, yeah.
And I mean, you've always got to, it's a different day of the week, isn't it? It's a different day of the week. It's a different everything. Your mind's different. There's so many different variables to lock in. It's hard to go, right, this is how you do it.
This is exactly.
Because it's never going to be exactly the same.
The thing is, not only, it's different for me every time. Like, I know a ballpark of where I need to be, when I need to be that weight, and where I can get to. But it's still different. The first couple of days, maybe loads come off. Maybe it doesn't, then I'll drop loads the next couple of days. You know what I mean? So for it being different for me every time means I can't go to this guy, listen, this is how I do it. This will be exactly the same for you. Because it's different for me every time.
It's a template. And it's like...
You use what you can use.
Yeah, I mean, for us, I try to get all the fighters, and you're the same. Like, as you help me coaching. Obviously, people talk to you and ask you for your advice too, and draw on your experience. But I always try to get all the fighters within 3 kilo of fight weight going into. I don't want my fighters cutting any more than 3 kilos of
night before.
That's enough. 3 kilo is way enough.
Yes, this
maximum.
Man, listen. Well, we know people who have done more, but I know I've done more. I know for a fact I've done the night before and then the morning of the weight cut.
I've done
just over 6 kilos.
Used to do 6, 3 in the night. 3 in the morning. It's too much.
And it is horrendous, man.
Too much. Not good for you. You can't fight. You can't fight often doing that.
That's too much.
I mean,
if I can get below 3 kilos or 3 kilos or less, man, super. That's great for me.
Because in my eye, I think the avid old, like everyone's saying the same thing, should be a division between lightweight and welterweight. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Should be a division between middleweight and light heavy.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a maximum of £10 different. Maximum. Do you know what I mean? 155, 145, 155, 165, 175, 185. I think
that'd be
should be the maximum of the.
It'd be easier.
But at the moment it's £15, man.
Because ideally for some fighters, they're fighting a lightweight.
Yeah.
73.5 would be the best.
Yeah.
You know, like for some of the guys that fight 77, like that.
Maybe drop down.
You know,
I could get there.
You know, 83 is okay, but then everyone's really massive.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Goes
so,
above. Yeah.
But you know, that's a different subject.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's probably taken and I think sometimes as well, you got to really feel how your body responds to it, right? Weight cutting and dieting and stuff. So it's a very individual thing. I mean, we got guys here now that don't suffer, man, because we've done the suffering, right? They've learned by our mistakes, so we've learned as well that, you know, to guide them to where they need to be. Oh, no, don't eat that. Do eat this. Right, 2 weeks out, this is what you're doing. Right. Give them a formula, not necessarily the blue. It's not a blueprint, as in it's not a instruction like you have to do this, but give them the concepts they need to do.
Even just the thoughts of, like, I used to be eating whatever, and it would be like, you know, you need to check the salt content on it. Look, it looks really healthy. Oh yeah, but David's healthy, and you're like, yeah, but look at the amount of salt that it's in it, because that's going to hold on to the water in my body when it comes down to that sort of thing. Yeah, so when it gets that close in the week before, you don't want that to be holding on to water. You need everything to get it out.
Certain foods have, like, even like, they hold different molecules of water in your body and stuff. So this sort of thing you need to research.
You've got to look into it
and see how your body responds to it. Because some people, like, if you're young and your metabolism's a bit different, or you was working nights as well, which really screws your body up.
I managed. Really, I'll tell you what. Not only did it screw my body up to the point, like, while I'm doing it, but now since I've stopped doing the nights, it's so hard trying to get back into a normal routine of eating at the right times and sleeping at the right times and stuff like that. So if you've got the choice, don't ever work nights. Don't ever work nights.
That's what I mean. A lot of guys are looking research for fighters, and they're looking at the guys in the UFC. Oh yeah, I got a chef. Maybe they got a chef. They call him Chef Mum or something. I don't know. But they're looking at guys that are full-time fighters. They ain't got to go to do a 10-hour shift packing a box.
You know what? When I made my pro debut, I worked the Thursday night. I finished. They actually let me finish 2 hours early, so I finished at 5 o'clock in the morning. I went to the sauna where I was meant to be meeting a mate to cut weight who didn't turn up, so I had to sit in the sauna on my own at 5 o'clock in the morning to cut weight to then go and weigh in on that Friday morning after working a night shift and stuff like that.
That's what I mean.
You'd never do now.
I mean, this is one of the reasons we bought a sauna. We bought the sauna just to make sure that we didn't have time restrictions for leisure centres and stuff. And
man, how many times have we been into a leisure centre?
Oh, and they go, women only.
You can't cut weight. Oh, you can't wear that in the sauna. You're not allowed in this one.
And when you've got a fighter that's just had enough, just can't, mentally is tired from all the training, just wants to weigh in,
physically drained,
like get sorted and fight. The last thing you need is people talking to you about all sorts of stuff that they think they know or they do know, and like someone who's just it was effort, wasn't it? It was effort, man. It was like people. I mean, good job the fighter is tired, and because there could be some fights and some saunas, and you get to the leisure centre, innit, and the freaking. Oh no, sauna's not working. Can you use the steam room?
Oh, I've got to do it in a steam room.
Oh no, we have to go somewhere else now. It's like, man.
I drove around Sunderland with Max looking for saunas and stuff before. Oh yeah, no, we've just got steam room now. Oh man, drive somewhere else. No, you can't use this one. Drive somewhere else. It's a nightmare. It was a nightmare. We're lucky now, and the guys coming through are going to be even luckier because, like you say, they don't have to sit in the sauna wearing their tracksuit and their football socks and their sweatsuit. Yeah, even trying to crunch on one little bit of ice.
Don't drink it.
But crunch
even just simple things like you got the sauna, and guys, you can, like, there's normally we would go to the sauna, be me and the fighter and one other dude. Yeah. Because you got to pay to get in. Yeah. So a bunch of you ain't going to go. Plus, if a bunch of you do go, is there any space in there? Yeah. At least now we can. You want to get in? I'll sit out, put some music on. It's more relaxed. It's easy.
That's another
So-
thing. When you go with someone, I remember with you on, I think it was the Bama 3 again, where obviously I'd done the night shift. I turned up, I went in the sauna with you, and you're dying, and I'm getting drained. Then I drove to Birmingham. I'm trying not to fall asleep all the way there. And you're like, no, don't come in the sauna, just stand outside. And I think it was Max as well. We went around the Sunderland one, where I had to sit out. I couldn't, and I'm sitting there, I'm having to come out and drink water to be able to go in and sit in with him. Nowadays, like you say, there's more of us around, this person come down, so he can sit in and while someone goes off and drinks, because you don't want to be sitting there, yeah, are you all right?
Well, it's not even that. There's
Just go
sometimes
drink
when you
water
got, even when you go away, you got you got to go sit in a sauna. Like you got all the fighters on the show sitting in a sauna.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you're sitting there like the dude you're fighting's over there. I mean, should we just weigh in what we weigh now?
Yeah. Why are we both doing
What are we
this?
doing?
Yeah. Why am I going through this? For
What are we
God's
doing?
sake.
It's crazy.
God's sake.
But yeah, if they put some more divisions, it would be handy. But again, it's just trying to get the little edge in it. It's trying to make the edge.
The trouble
You know what I mean?
this is the worst thing. People go on about maybe you should just weigh in on the day or weigh in just before you go. It's not the trouble is that's not going to stop people cutting weight.
It's a big
that
shift,
makes
though.
it more dangerous.
Yeah, because if you weighing on a day, you're always going to get the guys trying to get the edge,
This is it.
and you can tempt
Guys, or you get
some
guys
damage.
wake up and go, I am still a tiny bit over. I'll have to go and cut that little bit of weight. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you wake up weigh-in day before and you're a little bit over, okay, I've got to go and cut 2
See,
pounds
this is the
rather than
thing,
1.
like when the UFC, because like you have regulations and everything now, or back in the day, you can't have it like that, you have to have a regulation.
Yeah.
This is like when there was no weight category,
Yeah.
right? Then if you think about it, then it was maybe a bit more healthier for your body.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
there wasn't that many little guys fighting back then, but
Yeah.
you know, and you don't really want like the 100, you know, you don't want a bantamweight fighting a big,
Yeah.
you know, super heavy or whatever.
heavyweight, Yeah.
But it wouldn't be bad for one of the big shows to sort of reassess
it. Yeah.
the weight categories. But I think what you said, you know, like a 10 pound on every
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them
yeah.
could be a good idea.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
you'll get guys who go, I might be able to cut that extra from welterweight down to light welter or whatever they're going to call it. But I think it'll make it a little bit healthier because people always go to me like, why'd you cut all that weight? Why don't you just go in? And it's like, it can't be healthy for you. And I go, yeah, no, it's probably not great for my
but
body and
Nor's
it's not healthy for me.
punching you in the face isn't that healthy for you, is it? But we do it.
But fighting a guy who's 10 kilos heavier than me,
Yeah.
and not just a guy who's 10 kilos, but a trained athlete
someone
who's trained to
on
beat
skill
you
level
up.
with you as well.
Yeah, same skill level, but 10 kilos heavier. That's not healthy for me either. Do you know what I mean? So fighting someone on my level and my weight and being that, I think that's a little bit healthier. But only time will tell. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
don't know how much damage you're doing.
I mean,
cutting the
so if
weight.
you can hear the class, they just shout, I don't know what they're doing. We have a Muay Thai class on at the moment.
I think they've just finished.
As usual, we do. I don't know why we keep doing these podcasts when there's classes. It just fits in with times. But hopefully
The trouble is, if
we
we'd done it
wasn't
when
really
there wasn't
interrupted.
a class, there'd be someone hitting the bag
Yeah,
over
it's
there. and
busy
it'd
gym,
just
busy
be too
gym.
much-
But,
too much noise.
So let's round it up.
Yeah,
In a nutshell,
you sweet sweat.
yeah.
100%.
So if you're going to take a fight and you're thinking about your weight and the diet and everything, or your weight and what weight to fight at, clean first and foremost. Clean
Yes.
your
Yeah.
food up. Clean what you put in your body up. From research how much water you should take in. Research the types of food and where your food is from. Try and get it as clean as possible. As less processed as possible would be great. As less ingredients in it as possible. And think about if you could grow it or rear it.
Yeah.
That's probably good for you, rather than stuff that you know. Think about how it's got to your plate,
Yeah.
or got to your fridge, or got to
Organic's
your
good,
oven.
But if it's homegrown, as in like
Yeah,
in
I
this
mean,
country,
But just try and
good.
you know be. I was always quite racist towards vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
Try and get British stuff,
yeah,
you know,
British
like
stuff. Yeah. Because it's
or where,
gonna get to
or at
your
least
shop
where you're
quicker.
from,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it local to you
Yeah.
if you can, clean as much as you can, because it's always going to be a battle. You know, you might go to your butcher and you end up getting stuff from Scotland, but as long as you have an idea of where it's from and if it's had a good life, whether it's meat that's had a good life or it's vegetables that have been grown properly and have a good life.
Yeah.
Then research that and get in tune with your food, as in know how you respond to your food. You know, think about when you eat certain things, what, you know, how you sleep on it, how you train on it, all those kind of things. And then manage your weight, like make sure your gym has a scale, a good scale, and you have some scales, and make sure that you're weighing in all. I mean, I'd do a poo and have a weigh just to check. Clean your diet up. Look into maybe water loading or not water loading, whichever way you want to do that. Fight like 2 weeks out, you would maybe take the vitamin C. Then the actual weight cut, look at all the different approaches people take. Like our approach, we diet to within 3 kilo, 4 kilo. Workout, cutting weight workout was a good one. The sauna, the bath, sweet sweat, sauna suit or the breathable suits like the wetsuit for training. I wouldn't advocate that for the weight cutting. For me, I just felt my head was going to explode. But some people do it.
And you
can also get like portable saunas now. I've never tried one.
I looked at a few of them.
I'd like to try one. I think they're like a steam room.
If they were a little bit cheaper, I think.
Well, I'd try one, but you know, it might be handy for like a. I've seen a few people use them, but I've never had. I've never used.
With it,
So again, but the biggest thing I could say, research all the different ways to do it and experiment and see it, but don't experiment fight week.
And learn from others' mistakes, man. A big one that I do, and I'm terrible for it, is overindulging after a weight cut. I go, oh man, I had to diet so hard, it was a tough weight cut. Oh, I'm going to enjoy myself for this week. That week turns into 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden you've got a horrible weight cut again.
But also
I'm not saying stay clean all year round. I'm just saying stay in the ballpark.
Be
stay
intelligent.
in the ballpark. Don't let yourself get too out of shape.
Make sure you, as much research you put into the weight cutting or making weight for a fight, make sure you research how to hydrate back up to your, you know, don't try, and one thing, don't try and put as much weight on as you possibly can. Get to a comfortable weight. But make sure that you research doing that as well. Look at all the different ways people do it, and then research it. Our way, we use the Diarrhelite. We use, you know, we don't dump a load of water in. We try and trickle that water back in over many hours. Slowly building up to
and then eat small and
a bit
regular
of food. Regulate, take a little bit of food in. Like I would go to the weigh-in with a cool box full of food. Not being like, I'd know what I was going to eat. I'd have a little eat clean.
These days
eat for
we normally
performance.
research where the nearest Nando's is or something like that.
But still eat for performance.
Chicken,
don't
rice. Don't
go to Nando's and eat freaking
chips.
You know, chicken and chips and all kinds of chips.
And ice cream.
Oh, I can eat it now. Eat for performance, you know what I mean? Don't just go there and have whatever you want. You haven't been eating whatever you want all fight.
This is it. A wise man once said that to me. He said, it's one more day. Why are you eating all that crap now when after the fight you can
do whatever you want? Sunday or day after the fight, do whatever you want.
Don't eat it now. Eat to perform. Once you've performed, then you can go out and celebrate and eat your ice cream and eat.
Some good words. So
research.
See what works for you. The avid old Jeet Kune Do philosophy, research, take what's useful, add what essentially is your own, and then you'll have your own formula. All right, cool.
Any questions? Email.
Any questions, put them on a postcard, send it me.
Come down and see us.
And if you need anything, come see us down at Watford. We'd be happy to help you. Or send us a message, comment on the video or whatever, email, you can get in contact with us, it's not very hard. And if you want this, Sweet Sweat UK.
No. SweetSweat.com.
I don't even know.
SweetSweat.com.
Just put in Google Sweet Sweat UK.
Yeah.
You'll get it. Or just give me a call, I'll send you the guy's number. Thank you very much, Charlie.
Anytime.
And I hope everybody enjoyed the topical podcast.
If you want any more topics, if there's anything that you want us to talk about, Put it in the comments.
Yeah, let's know.
See
Yeah.
if there's
Maybe
other ones.
hairstyling or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Who
I
knows?
can talk about that.
Weigh in pants.
Yeah, weigh-in pants was a big one for a while, wasn't it?
Thank you very much.